All right, guys, today we're going to take a look at a little challenge lock that was put together by Bear and Babs and their father Don in the UK. There's a nice little letter. They talked about how the key was a little bit difficult to operate. I suspected maybe something. I don't think there's anything under this red tape, but what I did notice is this little clip was bent. The circlip was bent on the back, and then when it was shoved into the slot, it looks like the little wings are also mashed down a little bit. So when this is in there, it pinches that core very firmly in place, making it really difficult to turn it. So I suspect that Babs and Bear, your dad, probably put that in there a little too tightly. So watch him next time. Don't let him do that. Let's see if we can get it picked without that. The only thing I need to remember is once we get it picked, I don't accidentally pull that core out of there. Now what I have done, I've drawn, because these chrome locks are difficult, it's difficult to predict because of the light reflection, which angle is best. I've drawn 3 marks on there, so if we get a fault set, you'll be able to see it. Let's give it a try. I do have a key, which I will show you in just a moment. I do have a key right here. It comes in, the envelope is still sealed, but I think probably because of postage handling, it is starting to split, maybe the quality of the paper, but I have not unsealed it. I have not looked at the key. That wouldn't be fair. All right, I'm going to try. Let's see here. Probably bottom of the keyway. Let me go and zoom in. Because of this Yale keyway, I can't really use the bottom of the keyway anyway. I have to work from the right shelf. So the left side's kind of useless. I might as well shove a tension wrench in there. All right, I'm going to try to rake it first, get a fault set. This is a Bogota 15 thousandths from the Praxis kit. So all the way in, I'm going to apply light tension, and let's just see if we can rake something up. Good start anyway. I have a little bit of a fault set going there, but now it seems like all the pins have kind of seized up back there. All right, I do have a fault set, so maybe we're locked up on a spool. You can see it's offset just a little bit. And let's see if that helps us. I'm looking for counter rotation to tell me that I'm on a spool. And I didn't find it. There, I think that might be it right there. Come on, there we go. Still have the fault set, so I'm kind of looking for another spool. This pick might be a little bit thick for this keyway. Just having trouble crunching up around that little curve. I'm going to rake it a little bit. Maybe I can rake something in place. Okay, I think that was pin 5. There we go. Now we got our fault set back. I must have overset somebody, so when I did that little raking thing, I really lightened up. But again, I'm getting no feedback, no counter rotation from him. Well, Bear and Babs, you guys have done a pretty good job on this thing. Let me try to rake something back down, get another chance at it. All right, let's try a different pick. Maybe that fat one just can't reach. I'm going to try this 15 thousandths medium hook. Maybe he can reach up a little bit around that curve. Give me something to work with here. There we go. Pin 3. Goodness. Okay, I just touched pin 6 and I felt a little click and give on the core there. I definitely have a good fault set now. There's a little bit of counter rotation. That was on pin 4. Okay, I got a little counter rotation. That was pin 5. We have a deep, deep fault set. Probably looking for some kind of T-pin now. And there we go. Pin 1 was hanging down there. Probably got a T-pin element. Let's take them apart and find out. Let's not pull that core out since I already have the circlip off of it. I got to say, Bear and Babs, you guys did a great job. I would not have expected that much resistance. I guess you guys have been watching a couple of my videos. Your dad says that you watch the videos because it helps put you to sleep at night. And, you know, I actually appreciate that because it helps me with my watch time metric, which the longer people watch, the better it makes the channel look. All right, so let's go ahead and open up the key. See what we got. Oh, okay. So it didn't matter if that was torn or not. Yeah, you guys can watch that over and over all night long, and that will help out the watch time metrics. All right, nice. We got a nice low cut one here in the very front, like a gatekeeper protecting a high one, and then behind him is another gatekeeper and then a bunch of high ones behind him. So it'll be very easy to overset those two before you can get at these guys in the back. So excellent choice for key. Let's make sure it works again. Please, Bill, don't pull it out. Okay. Even with the clip off, we're having a little trouble. There we go. I just had to pull it out. It's a little spacing issue, I think, but the key does work. And pull them out a little more. Well, I should have left it open when I had. There we go. All right, let's see what we got inside of here. I'm gonna probably turn them like that, and I can hear you guys yelling, "Shims, Bill, shims!" So I am gonna listen to you for once, so I don't have to use my disaster imminent fly-in after the fact. All right, that ought to get it almost all the way through there. Now, let me find a follower. And let's see what we can do here without breaking anything. I am loving what I see. Look at that, especially pin number 5. Very cool. All right, let's go ahead and, that key is really right there. It's really tight going in there. I don't know if it's wedging or if the core was actually pinched at one time or what, but it's not quite right. But it works. It counts. All right, we have a homemade spool. We have a stand. These are reduced diameter pins, by the way. We have a homemade multiple spool. Very long. Here we got a multiple spool again. Or single spool. And the last one is the T-pin, very sharp. Let's take a look and see what that... Looks like Bear and Babs have been busy with their tap. Look at chamber number 2. The diameter on that one's slightly different as well. And it looks like, if you look at chamber 4, something was dragging there, but I don't see in chamber 4 what that could be. Maybe it's in the upper chamber, something sharp up there. Or it may just be an artifact in my imagination and constant search for excuses for my incompetence. It's a way of life, you know? Okay, here we go. Chamber number 1. Come on. Okay, homemade spools, 2 of them. And we may have to leave him in there. Let's get a sharp object. It's a little steel. He's a little bit bent. Okay, number 2. There's your T-pin. So the T-pin was in 2, not in 1. And of course, everything looks like it might be serrated here. The way it's hanging onto these springs. All right, number 3. Oh, where'd he go? There we go. Sharp little edge on that guy. And I'm not finding a spring in chamber 3. There he is. He was way down there, hiding out in that little snake hole. All right, we'll just quit messing with him, Bill. Let's get on with it. Okay, chamber 4. Nice. Another homemade pin. Come on out of there. These little small diameter pins are hard to grab. Another little T-pin, homemade. Let's turn it around this way. Make the trip a little bit shorter. Well, maybe not. We got some countersinking going on there. All right, number 6. Again, very nice. Homemade. And the last one, number 5. Strong spring on him, it felt like. Maybe it's just simply because of the length of the pin. Oops. And there's what he looks like. Okay, all the springs are the same, these little steel guys. I gotta say, Bear and Babs, I know you two did most of the work. Your dad was probably watching TV, maybe drinking a beer. I'm just gonna leave those tangled up there. You know, he probably made minimal input on this. I get it, but you two guys did a great job. Take a look at this, guys. A lot of serrations, a lot of homemade spools, and a couple of very serious-looking T-pins. I do want to look in the core to see if we got some threading. That would be difficult because these look like they are still in. Maybe they were removed and then hammered back in there. It's really difficult to tell. But we know he has a tap because we saw the core. And we can also get the light just right. I think you can see that all of these are threaded as well. Yep. Every single chamber threaded. All right, Bear and Babs, great job. I appreciate you guys sending in the lock. Keep watching these videos to fall asleep. I appreciate the watch time. That metric really helps out. Appreciate your time, guys. Stay safe. Stay legal.